Hello guys, namaste and welcome to Game Dev Arts. Today I'm going to talk about different type of art forms that are used to make games. So let's begin. I am not going to talk in detail, only some advantages and disadvantages. Note that people do have their own style and can prefer their own quality standard and time frame to do an art for their game. So let's start with 2D art form. Pixel art. Some example of pixel art are Stardew Valley, Undertale, and Dead Cells. Using pixel art can save not only time, but you can also get away with some art errors. But with increasing resolution and detail in pixel art, it can become more and more time consuming process. Not to mention that animating your pixel art is a bit hassle too, as you cannot use bone based animation in pixel art because pixels shifts with rotation and deforms your shape, so you have to repaint it, and that is how you do animation in pixel art, that is frame by frame. Raster art or hand painted 2D. Some good example of raster art are Rayman Legend, Ori. It is like a digital painting and it can take more time while making this art but less time while animating it. Even if you are doing it frame by frame compared to pixel art, you can rig this art form without much trouble and can have cool animation. This art usually is eye pleasing if done correctly. Every art can be eye pleasing if done in a decent way, but it has its own charm. Vector art or flat art. It's the most beginner friendly art and consume less time. It is also very rig friendly and people usually prefer rigging it rather than animating it frame by frame. Vector art are not resolution specific, so you can scale it up at any time in your vector software and export it out in raster format for crisp looking art. As with every art, the more detail you add, the more time it's going to consume. So there are other types of art too, like cutout, pen and pencil. Choosing an art form can help you to cut down timing in creating and animating it. South Park is a great example of simple 2D art and work around art, and its animation is also simple. So this type of animation consumes less time and help you to focus on code and gameplay specific element. Now let's talk about 3D art form, voxel style. Like a pixel define a point in two dimensions, similarly a voxel define a point in three dimension. Some good example of voxel art are Minecraft and Trope. There are particular software to make voxel art like Magic Voxel, but you can make voxel art in any 3D software. For example, Blender. It's a good starting point where you can also rig and animate it. Voxel art also consumes less time in rigging and animating, but it requires texture to define a shape. But you can also get away with texture by giving it more resolution, that is voxel, to define its shape. Now let's talk about low poly style. Superhot is quite a good example of low poly art. Low poly is like vector form of 2D, easy for the beginner, less time consuming, easy to rig, and looks cool. You can get away with the whole need of texturing, though you can put some texture to give it more detail. And next up the line is realistic art, and it takes time to make one. You just have to follow as close to the real life reference as possible. It involves a lot of steps in creating realistic art, like you can start with the photo scan or sculpt a high poly model, then you have to create low poly model, UV it, texture it, etc., which takes a lot of time. It also needs a good rigging and animation too, as the amount of detail in real life get fed on our subconscious mind. Therefore, if a game has any weird animation or something goes off from the real life um, that we see on a regular basis, we are able to pick up that and we can tell the difference, and we can tell that it doesn't look good, something is off. So that's why big studio usually make triple A realistic art and indie devs prefer not to use it. Some example of realistic art are GTA, Uncharted, Battlefield, Call of Duty, etc. Next up the line is stylized art, and it's more hard than realistic art because here we have to follow the consistency of art style. It can have its own art style like cartoonist, cel shaded, anime style, etc. etc. Cel shaded example Borderland, cartoon style you can say Fortnite, and some steampunk stylized like Dishonored. So this wrap up my talk. And remember, there are people you still people come up with more unique art style, and it creates unique style for a game. You can further research down on it. I hope you like this video. So please subscribe to Game Dev Arts for upcoming videos. Thank you.